Only kind words about Bob from here on out.
Smells like gas.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how come Nicole's on the schedule all weekend is unavailable, but yet she's here all weekend.
She's emotionally unavailable.
Have you seen her work?
Welcome, friends.
So we'll have to put you back on.
So we're going to do a quick walkthrough of the new call take screen. You guys should all have CAD. Did everybody get training CAD to load? It would have had these 2 boxes when you logged in instead of 1, and it'll look a little prettier than the current one. If there's no gas odor calls in there, it's training.
So we click on Central Square or CAD Enterprise?
Either one. Tomato, potato.
Let's click on Central
Square. So just a quick, you're going to hear a lot of that on there, sorry. Quick walkthrough, kind of similar to what we sent out in the PDF already, but just a review of the general kind of geography of the call take screen. If you guys want, feel free while we're going through this to pop one open, look, touch, play, whatever. It's kind of split into these main sections. So on this left side pane, that's going to be all your call details. We start with location and caller information on the top, and we work our way down to the bottom. In this call take screen, the only way to set tab order currently is to put them in that order. So if you start typing a location, it'll still autofill your city, your zip, all of that. But if you then go to jump down to problem nature, it's fastest to click. We get tab order back in the next version of CAD where we can make it jump automatically. But for now, you gotta move with your mouse. We have also, since this screenshot was taken, we were able to make new call and method of call received mandatory like they are now, so that you guys can't forget them. So it won't let you close the call take screen without having those filled in. You got to have location, problem, and those 2 fields to be able to close call. The location and problem are all that's required to send it to queue, just like now. When you keep going down, you have your problem details, your problem nature, stuff like that. We kind of set it up like this to make it, kind of wanted to draw your eyes, like I said, to 2 sections. If you're on the radio or anything like that, when you open the call, you'll be able to see your location, and then everything you need, response channels, plans, stuff like that, is down in that bottom part. Moving over to the right, we'll go down to number 3 there in the comment section. This section functions entirely different from the current one. It has the comment bar to start adding at the top. There is no more 2 comment sections. You know, the one you could quick comment where you just type and hit enter, and then you had the add, type, hit. This one is just one place. So you go into that top bar, you start typing, you hit enter. You can do multi-line comments too in this one. So you can do type and hit alt enter, and it'll drop down a line, and you can do up to 10 lines. So that's how you guys will do like weather. If it's 7 lines of weather you're copying and pasting, you go in there and do alt enter and get 7 lines, paste it in, hit enter, and it goes in there as that one block. Otherwise, if you keep doing enter after each line, it's going to put them in there as individual comments.
So if you copy and paste the weather, will it automatically?
If you don't alt enter and you just copy and paste it in there, it'll give you 2 lines, was it, or 1, JT? Yeah, it only does 1 or 2 lines. You got to do that alt enter to get multiple lines and then paste it in there.
Copy it, alt enter, and then paste.
Yes.
And I can still tee in from the power line and put notes in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Power line will still function exactly the same.
Okay.
It's just changing the screen. You guys also have the ability to search comments now right beneath there. There's that little search bar and the magnifying glass. So whatever the comment is that's in there, if you're trying to check if utilities were notified or Spire or something like that, you can just type in there and start typing Spire, and it'll pull up any comments that have it. You also now have the ability to pin comments. So you start taking that commercial alarm, and right off the bat, they're like, hey, the door code is 123 pound. You can type that in, and then if you hover over that comment after it's in the comments blocks, it'll give you a little thumbtack. If you click that, it holds it at the top no matter what. So the more comments you can keep dumping those 50 comments in there, it's going to stay right at the top. And the cool thing is we've got it set up to pin it at the top for you guys and the field. So if you pin a comment that they need to keep an eye on, they'll be able to see it even as those additional comments keep rolling in. That's in the net. You also can filter comments now. That's coming in this new version. You guys will be able to filter to only include user-added comments, field-added comments, or filter out like those system-generated comments. So you can view a little bit cleaned up. It doesn't save filters. You have to do it on each call. They do that so that you can't accidentally miss things, but that'll be in this new version of CAD that we're on now. You'll see it tonight, but it's not available until the new version. Moving further to the right, we have that box 5 that I have labeled up here is where your caution notes and stuff is going to go. So we have caution notes, premise history, hazmat information, and emergency contacts. So if we have ECs listed in premises now, you guys can see it directly. You don't have to go to the premise field or the premise utility anymore. It's all right there. Anything high priority will highlight yellow, like your caution notes and stuff, so you can see them. SOPs also go in there as well. And the neat thing about this screen is it is dynamic. So if you widen the screen, it will add more stuff in there. So if you have your screen set really narrow, this right side pane, number 5 here, will disappear. And then if you have caution notes and stuff, they pop up as a box. It's kind of annoying. If you set your screen wide enough, that pane appears and everything pops up right there. It's all hyperlinked, so like premise history, it usually only shows you 4 or 5, but there will be a see all right beneath there. You can click it, and it'll open a second window with your full call history, and you can click those call numbers and get call details and stuff pulled up so you can view those. You also can collapse. There's that little arrow pointing on the left side of that pane. You can collapse that window to make it small, and then it'll come back when you take your next call. If something pops up in there, it'll re-pop back out. Moving down, you have your tabs across the bottom. Units is a little different than before. If we scroll down here, you get more information in the units now. So when you're viewing that unit screen, you'll get the full kind of location and all of that, and the ability to view them on the map. That one is kind of buggy right now, but the neat thing about this new one is multi-alarms. It will start giving you line 1 will be alarm level 1. Line 2 is alarm level 2, and it'll keep going through that. We put in a 4 alarm the other night just to test it, and you see the units split out by alarm level. This here allows you to change that. So if you would rather see them just based off their calculated ETA, you just click that. It'll collapse them all into one line across. It'll just run across based off ETA. So if you're trying to see who's going to be first or whatever, you can just change it to ETA and they'll go into first arriving furthest to the left. Yes, ma'am.
So on the alarm level,
Mhm.
so first alarm units will be here. You strike the second alarm units will be on a separate.
Yeah, so when it has multiple alarms, you'll see it'll say right here next to this line, level 1.
Okay.
And then if you do a second alarm, you'll just get another line beneath it that says level 2, and it'll list them across.
Okay, so every unit's going across.
Yep.
Is it still a max of 25 units it will show? And then will do like plus, or will it show all of them?
I think we increased it to 40. I was playing with that the other day, and I can't remember if we moved it up or not, but we can. I think we have the option to increase that. Transport looks identical. It's exactly the same. The other one that changed in here is attachments. So now you guys have the ability to add your own. We used to be only the IT people could add attachments because they had to be placed on the server in the Q drive and propagated out and all of this stuff. In this new call take screen, you guys can add attachments, and they can be PDF or Word documents or hyperlinks. So if you guys use a what 3 words, you can copy it and put it in as an attachment, and that goes directly out to the fielders. They have an attachments tab on their mobile. They can see the same attachments you guys can see. Yep.
So if you do the what 3 words, can you put it like on the regular note? Can they still like the comment line?
Yeah, they just have to copy and paste that into their what 3 words.
Okay,
That's how
so
that
they're
works
not
for
gonna
them.
be able to
Not in the notes section. So
So they would prefer us added as the link for them.
most of them are familiar enough with having to copy that and paste it, and we've created a quick URL to them to get to the What 3 Words landing page. I don't know that most of them know where the attachments tab is. I mean, it's right beneath their call location and mobile, but they, I don't know that they would, if you were like, hey, we added this as an attachment, I don't know that any of them would know to go there. So, but it's there. Like, we were taking screenshots of stuff the other day, and it's kind of a pain because you have to be able to save it because it doesn't do JPEGs or PNGs. But if you screenshot and then copy it to Word and print to PDF, you could attach that and it would go into their mobiles as an attachment. They could view exactly what you're viewing. Yep.
So they have, I'm assuming that the guy on the street, they have a new look then as well?
They've had this new look since March. Their look and feel won't change.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So when we did this CAD version upgrade, that's when their look and feel changed.
Okay.
For you guys, this is just changing because we didn't go live with this call take screen at that time.
Will theirs be easier to read now that we're caught up?
It doesn't really change anything for them. Our next big CAD version, when we go to CAD version 25, their mobile changes entirely, and it will be. Yeah, they hate it. Everybody does. Central Square released that mobile, and it was universally hated.
Whenever I went to go do my ride along with Forrest, that was the first thing that they showed me is how much they hate this.
Yeah.
They wanted me to see it.
It's super buggy, and it's really compressed. If you're not using it, like if I pull it up on my laptop, you'd be like, I don't see what the issue is. It looks fine. Because it auto sizes based off screen resolution. The GTAC screen resolution is like 4:6. So their screen is this big, and the buttons take up a third, the border takes up a third, and all of their call details is in about, I'm not kidding you, it's about this big. But in their new layout, the new Mobile X, it's switched and it's all different, but it's a lot more user friendly. But yeah, their stuff won't change for this.
A question.
Mhm.
They were asking about the what 3 words. So if it's in Rapid SOS
Mhm.
and we hit copy, it's actually a URL. We can't put that in as a comment and then be able to click it. Like
No, mobile does not allow, it's rich text. So when you're pasting that URL in their mobile, they can't click it. They can in CAD Look, but not in CAD Look, like the McCarthy mobile app or mobile URL. But in their mobiles, they can't click it. They're copying it and pasting it into What 3 Words to go there.
I just wanted to make sure I understood that when we get it. I understand.
You could, like I said, you could add it as an attachment as a URL, and then it would be a clickable hyperlink. They just would have to know the attachments tab on their mobile is right beneath the call location.
Does it light up if they have an attachment?
Yep. Yeah, they'll get a little blue triangle and it'll appear and be there with bold text, and they should be able to see it. And like I said, if they question it, it's right beneath their location information.
The attachments tab is right under the comments section.
The call location section.
Okay.
Yep. I don't have mine up, but we can sign in and I can show you guys where that's at. So now these buttons over here in this bottom right corner have changed, and they're kind of important. So clear updates, kind of like I was talking with the field, this new call take screen, if you're viewing a call when you open it, when stuff keeps getting updated, changed, added, whatever, you'll get a little blue triangle on that field indicating a change. So if I open a call and then somebody changes the address field right up here is going to have a blue triangle next to it, and that indicates that you've got new information. If it's something like a fire and you're sitting there with that call constantly open and you're seeing all those blue triangles, if you've read it all, you can hit this clear updates down in the bottom and it wipes those triangles out. So that'll kind of restart your, I need to look for things that have changed, and give you kind of a fresh slate to start over with. Cancel and save and exit exactly like they are today. Cancel closes the call out, save and exit just closes your screen. Clear is a new one. We have never given you guys access to that. but we are in this one. It wipes out whatever is in that call screen. You cannot clear a call once it is sent to queue. You can only clear it before you have location and problem.
Why do we need access to that?
It's available so that if you, like an alarm company calls and says, hey, is this address, we need jurisdiction on this address, and you throw the address in and you see it and you go, oh, that's Monarch Fire Protection District. They go, great, thanks. You can hit clear and that's gone. Then you hit cancel and it goes away. When you cancel that call, it won't require disposition. It doesn't keep it in incident editor. It's just gone. That's kind of the catch-22 of it, though. If you take a 911 call, you have Annie Alley come in, and then they go, we don't need you, disregard, whatever. Don't clear that. Just cancel it. Because then we still have that record. It's still there. We could go back and pull that up if we need to. If you clear a call, there's no undo, and it doesn't put it somewhere where we could pull it back up and look at it. It's gone. So just a thing to keep in mind. Like I said, it's there. It's a tool. Bob's working on some documentation to govern kind of its use and when to use it. But just a thing to kind of know that it's there for when you do need it.
If we put in an address but not a problem nature, it's still gonna keep that information if we didn't clear it?
Yeah, if you just...
Normally, we could just hit cancel and it
Yep.
would go away.
Yeah, it goes away. It's just still there in Incident Editor. So if you do open a call take screen and put something in and you want to keep that, just hit cancel. It goes away, but you could reference it later. This top bar, you get your incident ID here in the top left. In the top right, that is the clock that starts ticking when you start taking calls. It's not in that middle anymore. It's up here in the top right. Right next to that in that far top right is the print. That's where you go if you need to print call details or anything like that. And then right beneath there, that whole line across the top is your action button. So everything that used to be in that middle and right side of the call take screen is right across the top now. Again, the screen's dynamic. The wider you drag it, the more of the buttons you can see. There's only so many. It's like if you keep dragging, it doesn't just keep inventing buttons to throw at you. But if you do shrink it down and you lose buttons, it'll give you the 3 dots. And then you just click them, and it gives you a drop-down list of everything that you're missing, and you can click it from there. That's the same with every utility. We noticed the times, like when you guys click the times button, it opens a second window, and all your timestamps run across the top. It does the same thing where it hides some of them, and you have to click expand to get the list. A lot of people have been like, oh, I lost this timestamp. You just got to drop down that menu. These buttons only light up when they're available. Did you have a question? Okay. They only light up when they're available, and we originally had the layout changed a little bit to where you couldn't dispatch or initial assign or anything from the call taking view. We've added that back because you can't switch views to get to that button until you've finished the call and closed it and then relaunched it. So we'll get into that in a minute. Just know that you can do almost everything from the call taker layout as you can from the dispatcher layout. We didn't add resource, but theoretically you should just be getting through that initial assign and then you can close and relaunch. So their order's a little different just because if you're taking calls, we kind of prioritize the things you might need on call take, and then when you're on the radio, we kind of prioritized, your response manipulation stuff. But that's where if you're looking to do a thing, it's probably up there. We also have custom buttons we can add. So we have your weather sites are a button now. You don't have to go to your bookmarks or anything. It's right there in CAD. You can just click it from your call take screen. It'll pull up the weather and it's right there. Same with the CC support site. The CAD look, was it CAD look we did? What 3 words? And then we added the stars one too. So you guys can pull stars up directly from your call take screen. You don't have to go anywhere else. It'll open a second browser window and just take you right to the landing page. It's not in training, it's in production only. That was my bad. But yeah, that's what those buttons across the top do for you guys. They're just there to help you manipulate calls. Another important thing, these blue bars, so right underneath that button is where kind of a lot of the pop-up boxes that used to be are now this blue bar. So if you open a call that's in pending, you're going to get this blue bar across the top that says initial assign hasn't taken place. Click here to view assignment. And you can click that and view your initial assign. Same with Annie Alley. Annie Alley is not a pop-up box anymore. When 911 rings and you hit answer, it takes a few seconds, but then your call take screen will open and that blue bar will be there and you'll have the option to accept location and it'll dump it into your call notes or to your location fields.
So the accept location button will already be there. We don't
Yep.
have to do anything.
Yeah, all you do when you answer the phone is answer it. And then your call take screen should open in a few seconds and it's there. And it took about 4 or 5 seconds the one day. There's a couple other things that'll pop up there. What was the other one that I mentioned in there? Oh yeah, duplicate call warnings. So if I take a call and then you start taking a call, that banner will pop up across the top and it'll say we think a duplicate call has been taken. You can hit a button and it'll evaluate the duplicates and tell you if you can see the notes, and that's where you can make your decision, link, append, new call, whatever.
Now, will that do that with both EMD and EFD?
Yep.
So you'll be able to link the EFD calls a little bit easier than it is now?
What's the problem now?
They don't.
They don't.
Oh. All right, cool.
Nobody's mentioned that.
We were
We had-
under the impression that this was a known issue.
We had an issue a while back where it was picking, we knew it was picking like random call notes to dump in when it appended. Like you would link an incident from 22 Weiss at 5:30 to an incident at 22 Weiss from 5:25, and it would put the call notes in from an incident at 1500 Manchester at 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. But that issue seems to have resolved itself. If it's still not
Yeah, so,
linking fire calls at
so
all.
like Dylan takes a call at 123 Main Street about a fire. He gets all the way through EFD. We've sent the call out, but in that meantime, we've gotten a second call from 123 Main Street. It won't, like, unless he's sent it, unless he's gotten to the
Oh, you
second
mean like when they're both
before
still,
that,
I got you.
it won't say, hey, we have another call. Like right as you get to the send point, you'll go append and it'll still kick it to pending dispatch. And then you have to go in and finagle it.
I'll take a look at that.
I mean, yes.
I just don't know if there's any way to fix it because it's technically not a call. You know?
Yeah.
It's a traditional call.
Yeah, it doesn't evaluate duplicates until it's in the queue. Yeah. So the rest of your guys' time, the next 34 minutes, is your playtime. So go in and dump calls in, recommend. You will see the new initial assign screen or unit assignment screen. That is not going live right now. We've just already got it turned on in training so that people can start playing with it. Real quick, if you do go in there and start playing the new initial assign, you'll have all the capabilities on the left, and if they are met, you get a little green check mark. So if we pull up if you put in a sick case and hit initial assign and it's in this jurisdiction, you'll see like 33 Metro West ambulance, and as long as one of their ambulances is on it, you'll get a green check mark. Instead of having that unable to send resource box, they're all listed on the left, and if there's nobody available that meets that resource, you get red. You'll just get a red X, and that tells you what you can't send. It's weird in that sometimes it says red X because a unit meets multiple capabilities, but it's not, it only sees the one. They're working on that. But yeah, and then on the right side, you'll see at the bottom where your units are recommended, there's blue check marks. There's no trash can anymore. If you need to take a unit off the recommendation, just click the check mark next to them and they go away. The other big change is the top where you used to search for a resource or capability if you needed to add one. There's no more buttons to pick resource or capability. You just start typing. And that will be in this version. Well, sorry, not the unit assign screen. Sorry, you're correct. That will be later, but just while you're playing tonight.
That won't be the version that's in production. That's coming out another month. But one of the things that will change, just not the QLD is thunder. One of the things that will be different out there is if two people are assigning something at the same time, there's no longer an issue where you get different sets of units. If Ashley is assigning a call and Doug's both are in a call at the same time, they're getting the same units now. You can no longer have two sets of units assigned to a call. So if Ashley is in bring the dugout in for a second.